that is a different case. Technically, we will discuss in a different forum. But here, this should be found in any seam or a section of the seam, because when I take an extract from any regulation or act, Mines Act or Mines regulations or anything, each and every sentence and its word has a lot of meaning inside that. Right, but you need not worry at present as a student of underground mining, coal mining methods. But when it comes to the legislation, understanding the regulation or Indian mining law, you are supposed to know each and everything. What is the meaning of all this? Right. So here, in a nutshell, to say that the size of the pillar and the galleries, whether it is in any seam or if there is any sections of same seam or in multi-seam, whatever it is, it shall be to ensure the stability. That is well understood by anybody. Unless it is stable, how you are going to develop, and that stability is very much required when you are developing it as a part of primary development, so that it has to stand for a long time. That long time may be, if you are developing after making that into panels, and then inside the panel if you are developing, that may have to stand for about 1 year or 2 years, whatever. And if it is primary from the entry of the mine you are developing, that has to stand for even the total life of the mine. So you have to ensure the stability. Here you note down a pillar with a long-term safety factor. It should be more than 2 to ensure the stability. Other issues we discuss later, no problem. So during this formation, it should have more than 2 safety factor when you design, whether it is using any numerical models, you note down that issue also. In any numerical models or analytical models, or there are so many other thumb rules or empirical models are also there, right? So that even any student who is interested to learn more, he can take up this type of assignments depending on their interest. And also each assignment will also have some type of a case study. Already I told you so many mines, names of the mines, again you note down, because this gives you the latest trend, what is happening in underground coal mining methods, including now 1, 2, 3, 4 you note down, GDK 11 incline, KTK 5 incline, Vakilapalli VKP, that is in Singareni, right? And then in Orient mines, that is our Mahanadi coalfields. So these are just an example. What now at present we are doing investigations for them. Otherwise there are so many. But depending on your interest, now you can take up this type of exercises as a part of your assignment, and later you will be publishing also as a international journal, whatever conference, depending on your interest, of course. Now, and later that can be taken up as a project also, depending on the capability of the students and interest. So ultimately it is supposed to be stable, and during the period between such formation and extraction, that is a meaning. That means till it depillared after 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, whatever it is. Already I told you must have written, and now I am asking you, how much coal is locked just like that? This is a CEP question, right? What is the status of that locked pillars in India, right, in coal seams? So sometimes I may be referring to my previous classes or some discussions. So that those are very important issues in India, especially. So your CEP question in the beginning itself I am posing to you. Already I discussed a little bit about that. You must have noted down that when I say formation and extraction of the pillars, right? So how much of coal is locked in India in the coal seams, and what is its status? You can say something about that. That is a CEP question 1. Now, going further, these are all clauses under that regulations. Now, regulation number 111. This is what is a, you can also note down coal mines regulation 111. Under that, this is the way how we write. Suppose as per the clause 1 of regulation CMR 2017-111, this development work should be like this. This pillar size should not be exceed this much. Galley size should be this much, or it should not exceed this much. Whatever. This is the way how even you are supposed to know, understand, and if somebody asks you to explain to them, as I am explaining to you. Now, under the class 2, there is also given some liberty to our regional inspectors. Regional inspector, that word was long back when Directorate General, you note down, when Directorate General of Mine Safety used to be called as a Chief Inspectorate. That means a Chief Inspector, Regional Inspector, or Inspector, something like that. Okay, the terminology changed during 80s when we thought that it is not the duty of our regulatory agency just to inspect like a police, right? What police will do? He will do something and later he will apply. If he cannot control, section 144, like that our inspector will go, he want to do something. If he cannot do, then he will apply section 22 and close the mines, right? But that is not the case. So later people realized, people means our ministry or our experts in our forefathers, they also realized that the duties of inspector or the Directorate General of Mine Safety is not just to inspect and say yes, no, but they should direct for the solutions or technological control measures, how to improve. If they say this working is not good or it requires something, then they should direct, they should give directives. That's why that Chief Inspectorate Office was renamed in 1980s to Directorate General of Mine Safety. That's why this regional inspector, whatever is written here, my beloved students, some of you may become later as a Directorate General of Mine Safety or a Director General of Mine Safety, Deputy Director Generals, as our one of our NIT alumni is now a DGMS in Dunbar. Okay, you must be knowing as he is your super senior or in 1986 or that batch here from NIT Rourkela. He is holding the first #1 position, Prabhat somebody, right? Okay. Then this regional inspector means at present, in terms of our latest terminology, is a director of mine safety, right? And inspector, whenever it is written in any regulation in the book when you are reading, that implies is a deputy director of mine safety. And wherever it is written chief inspector, you note down, he is a director general of mine safety. In between there are deputy director generals and all, don't worry for that. Now that is for their administrative purpose. Now, so in these some conditions may be very specific, right? Or maybe some typical situations. That's why they have given other than these regulations. Now he has that power. He can give some permission based on that site specific situations other than this regulation, whatever they have given in this. I mean 4.8 meter and all those things. Unless otherwise that is mentioned, that is the meaning of this class 2 of Coal Mines Regulation 2017 111. This is what is that. So this is a 111, you are triple stars, triple A's in your whatever you play. Here, no gallery in a seam or a section shall exceed 3 meters in height. Now I think this is answering the question of our one of the beloved students yesterday. It should not exceed more than 3 meters in height. That's why I know many of you will like pink color. That's why I kept it in pink here. It should not exceed 3 meters in height or 4.8 meters in width. Now I am not showing the seam in this my mobile. I am showing this. You consider it as a gallery, right? This gallery width, this should not exceed more than 4.8 meters. And this height of the gallery, your seam thickness may be 10 meters, 20 meters, 5 meters, 4 meters, but your height of development when you are doing it, we are now discussing, my beloved students, our development of the stratified deposits in module 1. Now for a few days we discussed that. So then this development should not exceed more than 3 meters, and these 3 meters can be along the floor, along the roof. Suppose this is a total seam thickness. Now this is very easy to explain in that way. Now this total your attendance sheet is 10 meter thick seam. Now this is my gallery. I can develop along the floor like this. Otherwise I can develop in between, leaving some coal in the floor, some roof coal in the roof. Otherwise I can develop along the roof section where sandstone is my roof. I hope everybody understands. Even a layman can understand this. Right. Now, number 3. Number 3 clause says that the pillars formed in any seam or a section shall normally be rectangular in shape. What is the meaning of this? Now, it doesn't mean that whatever pillar, suppose if you are making a shape of a pillar as a circular shape, right? So then in that way you cannot develop the seam. Okay. So in general, that is the reason why they have written normally it should be in the rectangle. Then when it comes to rectangular in shape, so square is also considered as a rectangular in shape in a different sense, where your L by B ratio is 1. That's the meaning of it. Okay. So now clause number 4, you should note down all these. Okay.
Sir,
Now,
rhombus. Hello, sir.
rhombus is a different case. In the rhombus is for a specific purpose. Specific purpose. Now, while asking, you should ask, say your name also. Who is asking? Hello? Are you able to hear my voice? Now, when you are asking a query, you give your name also, so that I can remember, and because based on your interaction only I will be giving you TMRs. Right. So it is very good question. Who was asking? Rhombus shape. Who asked about rhombus shape? Nobody. So he lost his marks again. He got it, but he lost it. Right. So the distance between the centers of any two adjacent pillars left in a seam or section shall not be less than that specified. The table I will show. You can also show in any CMR 2017, but you have to understand it better as a person of coal mining or underground coal mining, and that is given in terms of the depth cover, that is at what depth, at a depth of 100 meters, 200 meter, 300 meter, 400 meter, what should be the size of that workings. Those things they have given nicely in a table, and that was done long back, right? And then still we are following. Of course, there are some stipulations in that I will explain you. So for different depth covers from the surface, so they are given in that table, and for different width of the galleries also. What is the meaning of this? The pillar size of, when I say 20 meter by 20 meter or 30 by 30, right? So then for a gallery size of maybe 3.6 meter width, 4 meter width, 4.2 meter width, 4.8 meter width, or for a depth cover of 60 meter, 100 meter, 180 meter, 200. So to some extent, based on whatever the mines at that time, when they formulated the regulations, they tried to give maybe up to 360 meter, and beyond that they used to say that it should be not less than this much size, it should be more than this size. This is the way how it was mentioned. Now we are going into that. What is that? Now you see, before going to that table, let me explain other clauses, because these are very important. You people should understand. Chief Inspector by an order in writing and subject to such conditions. Here this Chief Inspector means nowadays it is a Director General of Mine Safety, and presently our Director General is Mr. Pradeep Pradap, what is, right? He is from our NIT Rourkela. So you can meet him whenever you go to Dhanbad. He will be very happy to explain you something more, treating you in a very good nostalgic manner as our alumni of NIT Rourkela. So exempt a minor part thereof to form pillars in variance to that specified in these sub-regulations. This is what I was trying to explain to you. That is the reason why DGMS has been given some more responsibilities, and understand with specific reference to the site specific conditions. I mean, they can also give some variations into that. So that rests with the technical knowledge of those persons. Now, nothing in sub-regulation, whatever you have seen, sub-clauses, sub-regulations, here, whether it is in 2, 3, 4, 5, already you have seen in this, shall apply to workings in a mine made before 7th September 1926. There is some reason, because before that time there were so many, there is no mines which are nationalized and private mines, and there are so many things. We need not worry so much into that. And now whatever mines are there, many they are after opened later. And following provisions shall apply to all the workings. What is that? If the distance between the centers of adjacent pillars is smaller than that specified in the table under sub-regulations, the pillars shall not be further reduced, because at that time they must have formed some size. Now what they can do, because already they formed it long back for any reason, whatever it is, right? And now this should not be further reduced. That is the reason, that is the way how they try to give some more provisions to those people. And if the distance between the centers of adjacent pillars is not smaller than that specified in the table under sub-regulations, whatever the case may be, they should not further reduce the size of the pillar. That's what they try to give. And the pillar shall not be so reduced as to render such distance smaller than the distance so specified already that we will be seeing in the table. And then any distance required in this behalf by chief inspector should be replaced, because this as such I kept from the regulation so that my beloved students can visualize, realize that this is what is written in the regulations. Otherwise, the chief inspectorate means now it is DGMS, Director General of Mine Safety, who is our alumni of NIT Rourkela, your super senior. So you can meet anytime whenever you are in Dhanbad, right? So the height and width of the galleries shall not be further increased. Even here, galleries about the pillars and about the galleries, both they have written here. So that means already galleries are formed, and they are formed at 3.3 meter height. Already it was formed. They are stable at that time. What they will do now? You got my point, right? So this is what the provisions they have given as far as development is concerned with different clauses. And there, without the permission in writing, there are so many specific terminologies used here. Without the permission, that is also in writing. If they say in a very nice party, yesterday evening, night, any time, that now you go ahead. So that cannot be taken as a permission, right? There are proper format for that and all those things to be accomplished. Then only it should be done. And then that is vested with the regional inspector. Chief inspector has some responsibility. I mean, Director General of Mine Safety has some responsibility. And regional inspector, that means a Director of Mine Safety, has some other responsibility. This is as far as our development, some regulations are concerned. We will see further. And subject to such conditions as he may specify. That means he can specify some other conditions also. And then in case of all workings where in the opinion of regional inspector, I mean here is a director, DMS, that's what is a short form used. You should note down, you should know whenever you go to any mines, these mines are approved. I mean the design, technology, whatever is approved by DGMS, then only they are doing it. I mean DMS, regional inspector, the dimensions of the pillars or galleries are such as to render that crushing of pillars are premature. We have seen lot of examples of premature crushing, premature collapse. For that matter, now my beloved students, you note down, in South Africa, long back, right? Maybe 100 years back, right? Where this premature collapse, right, led to Solomon formula of pillar design in South Africa, right? Nowadays, even Vander Merwe also is doing a lot of work. He is one of my good friend, was there in USBM at that time in Pittsburgh. I mean, Nayo Shemsa. I hope I have shown some videos at that time to you. Vander Merwe now is a very good researcher on this rock mechanics. Now in 1998 we were together. So premature collapse took place with a huge area, right? And that led to development of, this is something like a need is mother of invention. This pillar size concept came from there, where Solomon formula they tried to derive based on their case study, some empirical formulas. And later you also note down, my beloved students, there we tried to implement those different formulas are there for pillar design, since you are talking about the development work, where later we means one of our former colleague scientists, Dr. P.R. Shauresa, with a lot of exercise in collecting different mines data, around 70-60 mines data. He developed in 1980s a pillar design formula that we call it as CMRS, pillar design formula. Dr. P.R. Shaure is one of the great investigators of that time, where in CMRS we were together, right? So that formulas all are derived based on the requirement when this crushing of pillars, what the terminology I am showing you here, which is there in the regulations, have led to formulation of or development of some pillar design formulas. That much is sufficient for the time being. You will be reading more in further semesters. Of any part of the workings is likely to occur either before or during the extraction of the pillars, because each and every word has a lot of meanings. Don't worry for all those things, but when you read it, when you get any doubt, we will discuss further. By order in writing requires such modification. That is the reason why I kept in the red color here again. He may want some modifications of the dimensions aforesaid in respect of any future working as he may specify. This is what is that. So now coming to exactly what is the requirement which is given for the pillar design, I mean the development of the pillars in underground coal mines. This is our table which is supposed to be followed. This is there when you open in page number 220 of Gazette of India, Extraordinary Part 2, Section 3I, whatever, right? So here I would like to take a small break. Now you can ask some queries, and then also you can give the answer for the question Corey already asked to you, my beloved students. And shall we take up your queries? Shall we take up any queries? Somebody in between also asks, right? At least we will have two breaks. Two breaks means at the end, 5 minutes before, for some question answers, so that my beloved students, I told you, should be the best underground coal mining engineers compared to anybody in India, at least if not in the world. And then you should not have any doubts when you go through any textbook or any proceedings, right? Now, if so, in between we have at least 2-3 minutes or whatever for one question answering you will be giving, and another is your questions if you have that also. All these things are evaluated already. I showed you my diary and okay. Now, any queries? Somebody has written something. Now, Rajesh or Rakesh, whoever, now you can talk, you can unmute and tell what you want to say.
Sir,
Rajesh answering.
Sir, I just wrote the answer for today's CP question, because as I remember, you told yesterday that about 2000.
Yes. Any problem? If there is any problem, you can write it here. Don't worry. So he has told nicely. I appreciate him. He got very good marks in the CP question answer. Now around 2,500 million tons of coal is locked in the pillars, and this not only now, it is there from a long time. We could only extract few, even less than 1 or 2 million tons till now, right? Compared to 2,500, you can think what is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, what is that? Negligible. So this is what is a problem posed from a long time to the researchers and investigators and mining engineers. This is a stern challenge to be solved. There is a reason for that. Almost all this coal which was locked is in very good quality coal, right? In very good seams. Because that was a time when stratified deposits were planned for development or extraction. They started with good quality coal, and where there is a good conditions that they used to start. Our forefathers 50 years back, 100 years back, they used to do like that. Whenever they used to face some problem, they used to simply leave it somewhere and then they used to go to another deposit. This is the way it was done. So part of this is I appreciate our Rajesh for his nice answer. Appreciate Rajesh for his nice answer. Okay. Any other answers or any other queries?
Sir,
Any other queries?
sir, can you describe the difference in the working of chief inspector and regional inspector?
Very good, nice. It is very good question. Anyway, you will be learning more, right? Learning more in your final semester about all that. But now I will explain in a nutshell for you people, right? Because I used to deal with these people over 2, 3.5 decades in formulating so many experimental trials, conducting so many investigations. Chief and regional inspector. So in future, let us not call regional and chief inspector. Let us call DGMS, as I told you, and DMS. Okay, that is clear. First, number one. Then, so DGMS is Director General of Mine Safety. He will be sitting there in the Dhanbad. He is nothing but our Prabhat Pradeep, who is our NIT alumni. So that's why I told you, right? Then he cannot visit and see all the mines in India. Okay. Under him, the hierarchy or the organization structure is we have some zones, right? South zone, east zone, west zone, central zone, whatever, right? In Nagpur, Bangalore, in Hyderabad, and like that. Okay. There we have Deputy Director General of Mine Safety. And then under him, there are regional inspectors now, right? Under him, that Director of Mine Safeties are there for different zones, right? Under Western Zone, there are 2, 3 Director of Mine Safety, DMS. Okay, so those DMS are called regional inspector. That's the meaning of it, right? And then Deputy Director of Mine Safety is there under DMS, so that under DMS there may be 20, 30 mines, and there he will be having 2, 3 DDMS, that means Deputy Director of Mine Safety. There he is having a responsibility of 5, 6, 10 mines like that. And under the total, I hope you understand. Is it clear? Yes, no. Rajesh.
Sir, sound is not coming, sir.
It happens. Otherwise, have other options.
Sir, you are not audible.
Now Yogita madam made some arrangements but there may be some problem in the sound. You have to bear with me. So now I think my voice is clear, other than through this MS Teams or from Rourkela. This is from Yogita madam's phone. Okay. Now continuing with, I will try to make it short. Are you able to see the slide?
Yes, sir.
Very good. This is our Coleman's regulation, where it is given depth of the sheet of the surface 60 meter, not exceeding 60 meters in column 1, to exceeding 360 meters. This has some meaning at that time when we were having mines up to very short depth, shallow depth covers we were working, and now you can see where the width of galleries does not exceed 3 meters. What should be the size of the pier? That means this 12 meters in the first not exceeding 60-meter depth range. This 12-meter implies size of the pillar. It is nicely expressed here as the distance between centers of adjacent pillars shall not be less than 12 meters. I hope this is clear to everyone. Then, for galleries which are not exceeding 3.6 meters, for the same depth range, it is 50 meters. And 4.6 So this is the meaning of it. Right? So now it is very clear for anybody who don't know anything about mining also can understand now. When you see this third row, when depth is 90 to 160 meters and gallery width is 4.8 meters, the pillar size should be less than 25.5.
Hello, sir.
Are you
Hello, sir.
Yes.
No, sir. Nothing is audible, sir. Sir, actually, just whistles are coming out and which is causing lots of headache in the very morning. So please, sir.
So what we do now, I wish
I think, sir. So I think, sir, it's already the time, so we can just complete the lecture.
what is the name? Your name? Hello? Who is talking?
You are inaudible, sir.
Yogita madam.
Yes, sir.
If we can start and you can read it. Okay. This table, first column and last row. That is it. Okay. Now you read on my behalf.
Okay, sir.
Right.
Okay. So in first column, we are given depth of seam from surface, which is for exceeding 360 meter. We have the width where the width of galleries does not exceed 3 meters is 39 meter, and where the width of galleries does not exceed 3.6 meter is 42 meter, and where the width of galleries does not exist 4.2 meter is 45 meter, and where the width of galleries doesn't exist, sir, slide is not visible, sir. Yeah, where the width of galleries doesn't exceed 4.8 meter is 48 meter.
Hello, sir. Can I summarize? Hello. Am I audible? Okay. Okay. My name is Jasmine. Today I'm going to summarize the class. We learned about various clauses of the Coal Mines Regulation 2017, and then sir described about all the uh, technicalities that go into the rules and about the various working positions of Director General of Mine Safety. And we also learned about their workings and different and also about the table. We got a little bit of insight on the table that sir showed about the CMR 2017 in underground coal mining.
So you are not audible, sir.
Okay, I am reading in on behalf of Sir. Sir has written here few things. The first one is there is some problem of connectivity, don't worry. And the second one is that I hope your assignment topics are ready by now. Send the list so that I will assign to particular student their topic of interest as assignment.
Sir, you are not audible, sir.